All right, we are over at the USA Today. I guess they're trying to sell us t-shirts. Who wants a t-shirt with a clown on it, man? Not me. Okay, this is video number 4 of the THORnews February fundraiser bonus blast. I've got $696 left to raise, and you guys are awesome. If you'd like to contribute to THORnews to keep me up and running, I got a snail mail, a PayPal, Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron, and a whole lot of love for you. All right, let's go. We're going to be talking about the moon. Apparently, it gets its water from magnetic fields. Huh? Well, let's read and find out. The Earth's magnetosphere might be creating water on the moon. That's fascinating. I think the moon is super duper fascinating. I also think the fact that we went to the moon and then just totally forgot about it and skipped over it to totally focus on Mars and only Mars pretty much is super duper weird, and I'm skeptical of it. Anyway, there's no doubt that the moon has water on the surface. And I want to tell you guys, I'm old enough to where when I was growing up, they were like, the only place there's water in the universe is Earth. But now there's water everywhere. They're even saying there's water on Mercury. It's crazy. Orbiters have spotted deposits of ice persisting in the perpetual shadows of polar craters. And recent research shows that water exists in sunlit parts of the moon too. This is crazy. Apparently, moon water may be like crazy extra special water, or like you could run rockets on moon water. I don't know. That's a whole different thing. Over the years, scientists have presented evidence that the moon's water came from comets, which is a dumb theory, bro. Or from asteroids, even dumber theory, or from inside the moon, and even from the sun. But now, new research is pointing the finger directly at Earth as the source of some of the moon's water. So, like, the Earth is getting the Luna wet. Oh, and I also want to say, I think it's crazy that we don't have like 8 GoPro satellites around the moon at all times with 24-hour, 60 frames a second footage beaming back to us. I mean, the moon's not that far away compared to other things. Or, you know, like all the rovers or orbiters they put around it. Like, I don't know why they don't show us the moon all the time. But then technically they don't have like some iPhone camera above Earth that's showing us the Earth in beautiful 4K, 60 frames a second. Yeah, everything's weird, man. The new study is titled Earth Wind as Possible Exogenous Source of Lunar Surface Hydration. With a line through it, the author is A.Z. Wang of Shandong. He's a Wang. It's rare to see Wang and Dong in the same sentence. University in China, and the paper is published in Astrophysical Journal Letters. The research suggests that particles from Earth can seed the moon with water. Oh. That the moon has water isn't surprising. Yeah, we knew about that. Astronomers have detected water in all kinds of places in space, though most of it is ice. Asterisk, how do you know if you never, like, licked it or tasted it or scooped it up or put it through a machine that tells you what it is? The prevailing theory for that water is that it arrives on planets and moons as they form. That's my theory. Perhaps delivered by asteroids or comets. That's a dumb theory. But this paper presents evidence that some of the water on the moon's surface came from Earth's wind. It's possible. I mean, we see, water from Jupiter's moons blowing off into space. So at times, you could, there's probably water blown off Earth into space. I would guess. Who knows? There's so much we don't know. It's likely that the solar wind is responsible for some of the moon's surface water. Man, my throat got dry. It's like I got lunar regolith silicate stuck in it or something. The lunar regolith contains silicates and protons. That's good. We need more positivity in our life. And the solar wind are able to deduce the oxygen out of those silicates. That oxygen really combines with hydrogen to form water. And no, I'm not interested in this ad. Okay, the problem with the sun being the only source of lunar surface water is evaporation. Computer models predicted that a large portion of it, up to 50%, should evaporate from high latitude regions of the lunar surface during the full moon. How? For 3 to 5 days each cycle, The moon is in Earth's magnetosphere, meaning that the water should disappear from the surface since Earth's magnetosphere blocks the solar wind from reaching the moon and replenishing the surface water during that period. Oh. So you got the solar wind pushing on the Earth's magnetosheath and then crunching it down to the magnetosphere. And you got Earth wind being pushed off onto the moon. That is the theory, and water vapor ends up there enough to collect into moon water. But that would mean that the water on the moon would be regular Earth water, right? So the moon water isn't magic like they'd told us, like we can't run our rockets on it or whatever. Who knows? But yeah, that image shows that the moon is in Earth's magnetosphere for like 3 to 5 days every month. Oh, for that time of the month, it gets its water. That's not what happens. What? Instead, according to the data from India's Chandrayaan satellite's moon mineralogy mapper, the water doesn't disappear during full moons. The authors say that an Earth wind is replenishing it. Well, that's cute. The solar wind and the Earth wind are different. No thanks. The solar wind is primarily plasma consisting of protons and electrons released from the sun's upper atmosphere. But the Earth wind is a flow of ions from the magnetosphere as measured by the THORnews Artemis mission. You can see here in this handy-dandy graphic that this figure from the study a north overview and a south overview of the moon's polar regions. It shows data from the Chandrayaan satellite's moon mineralogy mapper, which indicates Ohio water abundance. The red and black bars around the outside of each image shows the moon's subjected to solar wind and Earth wind. The small red square is the Goldschmidt crater, which has an anomalous abundance of Ohio water due to its composition. You got to give credit to the Wang and all 2021. Japan's Kaguya mission detected hydrogen ions from Earth's exosphere embedded into the soil. It also detected high concentrations of oxygen, isotopes coming from Earth's ozone layer and becoming embedded in the lunar surface. This points to the idea of a water bridge. That sounds cool and magical. From the Earth to the moon. Oh, can you imagine if you could slide across the Earth bridge like a water park? That would be amazing. This bridge is active during the days of the month when the moon is inside Earth's magnetosphere, and it replenishes water lost to the evaporation. Oh, this story is so romantic. Though these findings go a long way to help explain lunar surface water, they might have broader importance too. If there's a bridge between Earth and the moon that creates water on the moon, where else in the solar system might this be happening? That is a good question. And buddy, I love good questions. All right, we're now looking at a chart that shows us solar wind, magnetosphere, solar wind. Okay, great. And then like other thingies. Other thingies are cool. And energy. Ooh, who doesn't love energy? I'm feeling some good energy right now. Thank you, Jesus. This image from the study shows satellite data for an entire month, including the full moon. During that time, the moon is out of the solar wind and inside Earth's magnetosphere. Surface water persisted. For a more detailed explanation of this figure, see the study. And once again, credit Wang and all. 2021. Ding dong. Here we go. That girl's good at surfing. The authors have proposed a mechanism for lunar water that coexists with the solar wind explanation, but it's not confirmed yet. Future studies may provide further evidence that there's a water bridge between Earth and the moon. China's Chang'e No. 5 bunny rabbit mission returned lunar samples to Earth back in December. Those samples could hold evidence for the water bridge idea. Hey, that's Fraser Cain. No relation to Fraser Crane. If it turns out to be correct, astronomers will immediately begin to wonder, I probably already have, if a similar mechanism is at work elsewhere, maybe right here in our own solar system. This study also points out how much more we have to learn about the interactions between planets, their moons, and their stars. The evolution of water in our and other solar systems may depend on these interactions. This research effort could also help us understand the potential habitability of distant exoplanets. Yeah, dude, the moon is so much cooler than Mars, and a lunar water bridge sounds really romantic. All right, this has been THORnews Emergency Bonus Fundraiser Blast, video number 4 of the day, and it's barely even 11 a.m. If you would like to contribute to keep me up and running, because this is my full-time job bringing you guys excellent information, you can make a contribution through my snail mail, my PayPal, my Venmo, my CashApp, my Patron, and I've only got $696 left to go. And so I got to say thank you to everybody, because you guys are awesome, great, incredible. And I love doing this every day. And so thank you to Cheryl. Thank all y'all. Thank you, Alien Girl, Sandra, Barbara, Thomas, Caleb, the Texas Angel, Mikey T, Alexis, Lauren, Richard, Barbara, Scott, Glenda, Arnica, Light Soul, Dan, Marlita, Lisa, Daryl, Brian, KJ, Max, Laura, Donald, Pete, Joel, and Ellie. Y'all are all super fantastic, and I am grateful. I feel blessed and lucky. Man, it's been a weird world lately, huh? Okay, cool, but I love the moon. I love the sun. I love Earth. I love you. God bless everyone. Stay cool. Have a great weekend.